I would give anything that Katrina never hit.
4 years after the mother of all storms turned Anita Fowler's world upside down, her life remains in shambles.
Mainly, I want to get back in my home. I just want me and my kids to be able to get back.
Fowler is a single mom of 2 sons and has 3 grandchildren. Trying to get her family back into the house she grew up in has been too much for her to handle.
This land has been here in our family for over 100 years. We never have gotten water back here, not even on the steps. And water came in my house approximately 4 to 5 feet up to the light switches in some areas. And a tornado hit the back of it and blew out the back doors and the window and the roof and kind of shifted it off the back and just destroyed everything I had since I've worked since I was 11 years old, and it just shattered all my hopes and dreams of having something. I'm getting old.
Now home for her family is a 2-bedroom FEMA trailer. Luxury living when you consider where she was at in the days following the hurricane.
Oh my God, it seemed like it was one battle after the other. Getting help, getting a FEMA trailer. We were living in tents. You know, we had tents all here. We had no electricity, we had no water, we had nothing.
Fowler is a dispatcher for the Hancock County Sheriff's Department, a job she's held for 23 years. The stress of her job and losing everything has caused her to have health problems.
We had like 19, 20 dispatchers and over half of them quit, so we had to work extra. Didn't even have a place to dispatch.
Katrina damaged or destroyed more than 70,000 homes on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. With no place to live, many coast residents were forced to leave their jobs and move out of state to find homes. Police dispatchers were no exception. For Fowler, August 29, 2005 still haunts her.
We started getting phone calls from people that were drowning, literally drowning, people in wheelchairs, families that couldn't get out of their house. That took a toll because you knew they were dying. You know, we knew. The elderly man in the wheelchair, who was there to help him? Nobody. We couldn't send help. You know, we were in deep water ourselves. We couldn't move. Our cars were floating around us, so we knew we couldn't help them. And that's a pain that you just don't, it's hard to keep and endure, because afterwards we found out who the people were. I could just hear their voices. I have nightmares about it.
On top of that, she was dealt a crushing blow when she found out her insurance company would not give her the money she needed to repair her home.
I thought I had wind insurance and fire. I knew I didn't have surge or flood because, like I said, this is never flooded. This is not a flood area. And they told me on September 4th, when I called them, I was covered. And then 2 months later, in November, I hear, and they didn't even call me. I kept calling them, and finally they said, basically, oops, Anita, we made a mistake. You don't have coverage. All you have is fire. And that was like a slap in the face. I could not believe it. It took a toll on me. It just, on top of everything else, it was more than I could handle. I just could not believe I was paying $2,000 a year for insurance and I wasn't covered for nothing.
Katrina's storm surge heavily damaged her home. The New York-based relief organization, the Giving Circle, has stepped up to help the Fowler family, but the group will need financial support from wherever it can get it, and building materials donated from building supply companies. An unleveled floor is just some of what needs to be repaired in the house.
Everything on the inside, from the plumbing to the sheetrock, cabinets, windows, doors, siding, you name it, air conditioning, water heater, everything. It's just a shell is what it is. And I did get a roof put over that roof to protect what I did have. And that's all that I basically got done, other than paying the man to level it, and he didn't.
In fact, Fowler says she paid a contractor $5,000 to level her house, but he never completed the work.
Here's this man going to tell me what all he's going to do for me, and he took my money, and he's gone. And there's no remorse. I mean, I can't get it back. He's in jail. So that was another downfall.
Now she's asking, why me?
I don't know how I fell through the crack, because I've worked all my life, and I never wanted to have, I asked for help. You know, it was hard for me to even do to begin with, because I'm not used to doing that. But eventually, when I found out insurance wasn't going to help and FEMA wasn't going to have enough money, even though I did get some money, it wasn't even enough to begin. And we all want to say, why? What do we do? What do we do to deserve this? But I put it in God's hands, and I just hope that I can get better, and someone will be there to help me, and I'll be glad to help them back, pay it forward any way I can. Any way I can.
In Hancock County, Al Showers, WLOX News.